Welcome to CSL TV, and I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. And if you're new to the channel, this is just a review or reaction, as well as an informational channel. Hopefully the informational part help you in someone out, and we pretty much just watch what goes on in the world and talk about them. And I just gotta thank my supporters because, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, because you could be somewhere else trying to find these videos. And it's just crazy that I just assumed that they was getting stupid and busy at that Detroit tailgate, because this is the follow-up. And I guess apparently you guys can read along if you want to stop the video and go ahead. But it sounds like, and it was like, some fools was arguing, fighting at the Detroit Lions tailgate party. You know how people get when you're ignorant and liquor mixed. That's just not a good combination. So what I'm trying to say is they got into a fight and all this stuff happening. And you know, people got guns and stuff. So somebody want to show and flex their gun. And then the other person pulled out his gun and shot him, because technically in the law of Michigan, and I know I'm pretty sure other states have this too, but he was threatened, you know what I'm saying? So that's when he shot the other guy. But unfortunately, a bullet has no name or target when you in a crowd of people and shooting. So he shot that person that did whatever he did with the gun. And the other guy, you know, he was just right by him. And the bullet went straight through, bam, hit him too. And he was a peacemaker and all this, trying to break the whole thing up, because, I mean, think about it. Everybody outside having a good time. And folks know, when you outside having a good time, that shit gonna get interrupted by two things: police or stupid, ignorant ass people. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. But I don't want to make my intros too long, because y'all came to see what's going on. So I hope you beautiful people are having a great day. Let's get it.
A sheriff in Florida is trying to make an example out of an 11-year-old. However, NBC News won't show or name the boy because he is a minor.
Since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid, so that everybody can see what your kid's up to.
On Monday, an 11-year-old boy was arrested for allegedly making school shooting threats against his middle school while on a video chat with friends. When investigators searched his room, they say they found airsoft rifles, pistols, fake ammunition, knives, swords, and more. The sheriff's department says the boy told them it was a joke.
You don't stand up on an airplane and yell hijack. You don't walk into a movie theater and yell fire. And you don't get online and post that you're going to shoot up a school.
Just last week, the department arrested 2 other teens for allegedly making shooting threats against their high school. The sheriff says all of these threats have been fake, and it's costing the department a lot of money each time.
Think it's a joke? You're going to find your in handcuffs, and you're going to find your being paraded out in front of the news media behind me, and your parents are going to be filmed as they come to pick you up. So parents, get your kids in line.
All 3 minors have been charged with felonies.
Man, now I have to agree with the sheriff on this one. You got to start exposing the parents and the kids, because this is enough, man. You know, this little dude had a lot of fake shit, like he was ready to set off on some whole other shit, you know. And I'm sorry for the people who don't like my choice of words, but think about if this was to happen to your loved one, or all these tragic things was to happen to somebody you know. I'm pretty sure y'all choice of words isn't gonna be as respectful and polite, because you're gonna be hurt so deep inside. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody who lost somebody they love and close to them, you know, if it wasn't natural and they just had to go because of stupidity or whatever, that pain right there don't leave. It stays there, you know. So with him trying to do this type of stuff at this young age, 11 years old, and you think he's not going to grow up to be a bigger problem at 14 or 15 if he already collecting this type of stuff now? Now I understand he is 11 and it is partially the parents' fault, but at the same time he should know right from wrong, saying it was just a joke. Little boy, you had a lot of fake stuff, like you was about to set it off, like you was preparing for something. You know, instead of preparing for knowledge of doing what's right, you was about to prepare to do a whole lot of nonsense. You know, and who cares if it was a joke or whatever you want to call it? You didn't. I just don't even want to go there because this is just crazy nonsense. These kids up here threatening other kids. For what reason? The kids that get bullied, I can understand there's something in them that make them do some crazy things. But to this extent right here, that's a little too damn extreme. And that's very heartbreaking to see young people think like that. It's like you didn't even get to live no type of life yet because you still a baby and growing. But today's video, if you got to this point, is going to be a little different because I know I'll be seeing some negative people in the comments. And I'm just doing this to show you that everybody see the same thing, but it's a different view or opinion on everybody, on how they look at it, what they think could or could not happen, etc., etc. Hopefully you have sense enough to understand what I'm saying. And I don't like the negativity on my channel like that because that is not what we're promoting. It's just a review, a reaction, and an informational channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to be informed of what's going on if you don't know. And then another thing, we can't be everywhere at the same place at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So some people heard this stuff, some people haven't. Some people put their input on it and give us knowledge and game of the whole bigger picture. You feel me? But anyway, I don't want to keep going because I can go and go and go and go. And we can have our point and views and opinion, but
that's an 11-year-old boy being arrested, perp walked, put in chains, and jailed after Florida police say he bragged online about this massive cache of weapons and plans to execute a kill list at 2 different schools. Volusia County Sheriff Steve Chitwood says they've gotten over 50 threats of school violence this year, and he's done with it.
Parents, you don't want to raise your kids? I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid.
The kid says it was all a joke, but the sheriff says he's had enough.
I can't say this clear. You don't stand up on an airplane and yell hijack. You don't walk into a movie theater and yell fire. And you don't get online and post that you're going to shoot up a school. It's going to get your sent to jail.
It should be noted that the boys' cache included only airsoft guns, but no real ones. The sheriff also has a message for parents.
Today's hoax cost around $21,000. There's 2 people in custody. We're coming after you. And starting Monday, your little cherub, we're going to start publishing his face and doing perp walks with him when we take him into custody. And then we're going to show pictures of you, the parents. Because you don't want to raise your kid, Sheriff Chitwood's going to raise them.
But here's the thing, critics say jailing more kids like this 11-year-old boy isn't the answer to stopping school shootings or crime more generally. The United States already has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with over 2 million people behind bars, yet crime remains a serious issue. And studies have shown that locking up young people only increases their chance of reoffending. Youth who are incarcerated are 39% more likely to be arrested again as adults. The science is clear. Jailing more and more people only makes crime worse. The only way to stop gun violence is to get guns off the street.
Well, I don't know. I guess if we didn't have guns, it would be a lot better. But then you got some highly intelligent people who even to the point so intelligent that they can make weapons out of just scrap material laying around. So, I mean, as far as in getting rid of the guns, I think this world is way too far beyond that. You know how the government be funding folks' guns, and those guns apparently get lost, and we're not gonna get into that type of stuff. But at the same time, what the sheriff is saying, the resources that were spent on this type of shit could have been used for something else. And don't nobody got time to be playing these games with these kids, because eventually it's going to be a real tragedy, and then it's going to be some shit nobody can come back from. So if you can do something to make it where you can hopefully get through them at this young age, you know what I'm saying, then maybe doing this can help save lives. I mean, you never know until you try something. And yeah, jailing them might be the worst thing, but it also could be a good thing. I mean, I don't really know what else, strategy, what else, what I'm saying, they could think of to try to get into these kids mentally about what they doing to their lives, you know what I'm saying, when they commit stupid stuff like this. Now, at the same time, you gotta make an example, because, I mean, they think these songs that they listening to is glorifying dumb gangster shit, then, you know, I mean, it's pretty much like a waste of time. But, like I said, you never know until you see what works. And I know this sheriff is tired of it, because I'm tired of hearing about this person at this school and this trans shot up this school and this Christian school, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, what is really going on in the world? It's just getting worse and worse.